YouTube. Hello, hello. I'm Natalie. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. Welcome back to Workshop Week. This whole workshop series is dedicated to helping you homestead and home business better in just 10 days. Getting lots of really fun messages from you guys that you're starting your process of content creation and freebie creation and offer creation because truly you can leverage so much of your knowledge into passive income. And I actually just shared on my stories. Oh, can I share a picture? Oh, I can. Okay, so this is a notification that I got as I was rocking my baby or attempting to rock my baby to sleep. This is what passive income can look like. This is what, I'm sorry, YouTube, I can't share it with you, but it's a notification that says my payout account Stripe payout of $308, literally while I'm rocking my baby to sleep. And this kind of income for me on a daily basis is life changing. Um, what is your name or link for Instagram? It should all be linked on my homepage, but it's Hey, It's a Good Life with two eyes. It looks like this at Hey, It's a Good Life. And so getting a notification like this while I'm rocking my baby, trying to rock my sick baby to sleep, poor thing, daddy's with her right now. So say a little prayer for her. Is so encouraging that it's like, okay, yeah, we've proven this product. And it really all started for me with starting a freebie, which is what I want to talk with you guys about tonight. And just another example that I want to share with you guys is the example of a physical product. So this is a physical product that I developed. It's an egg apron, and I went through a whole process of understanding target market research and competitor research and developing this thing that was in alignment with me. I really want chickens. I really want a farm of my own. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to proclaim this over my life, much like, hey, it's a good life. And I'm going to step into this. And I developed a whole new company called the Crazy Chicken Lady and Feathered Friends, just so I could embrace this idea of being a crazy chicken lady one day. And these are our closing numbers for the day. We could actually get more sales. I don't know. But before hopping on this live, I just took a quick screenshot of what today has looked like. And as you can see, that's our month to date numbers. So since starting our product or launching our product at the end of January, our total product sales are $7,204. Like that is the beginning of life changing money for us. And so I'm really passionate about passive income. And my thing is leveraging digital passive income to potentially fuel passive physical product income. Um, because having enough capital to, excuse me, to get your physical product line going can be a challenge. And, for us, it was an investment. And so if I had had all of the digital products lined up the way I do now, I could have fueled that into having enough capital to get even more product or develop multiple products at the same time. But right now, I just had enough to get started with one, which is better than nothing. And so for YouTube, if you're watching this, it's just a screenshot of my screen. We sold 3 units passively today, no shipping, nothing that I had to do on my own end. That's 75 total US dollars. And again, that's like a little over $7,000 in sales since the beginning of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and stop screen sharing this now. That's so cool that you can do that. I love that I just learned that new feature tonight. Bear with me, I am a little bit sick, but as you can tell, I'm really jazzed about this stuff, so it doesn't keep back the fire. Really, my methodology and my process, I'm very much a tester, and I didn't know that I was a tester because I'm so intuitive. Like, I don't think of myself as like research based or analytic at all. But I basically fell into creating products the right way through a process of really creating a free digital resource, creating a paid digital resource, and then creating like a really nice paid digital resource. And so, what is a digital product, right? Like, let's talk a little bit about that, beginning a lot of questions about that. A digital product can be so many things. In fact, this is actually going to go out in the freebie. So, sign up to get the freebie. The link is in my bio. It says, work with me on Instagram. Um, and there's a link here to that page for you guys on YouTube. So if you're interested in getting a freebie with 25 Kickstarter ideas for you, as well as access to a template to help you launch that freebie, that is a product that I'm making for you guys. I'm going to try and finish it up tonight, hopefully, maybe. So if you need help getting that first digital resource started, just plug into the email list and I will send it to you as soon as it's ready, which should be in the next 24 hours or so. But in that freebie, you will see a list, and there's more than this, but these are really like the top ones. And you'll see this all the time. So, like for a physical product company, like my friend Emily from Tallow just joined, she has a physical product company and she develops these amazing tallow-based products. You guys are so good. I have a really chapped nose. She messaged me today. She's like, "Put some tallow under your nose." I was like, "Oh, duh." It's so full of nutrients. Cannot recommend her stuff enough. Like, go check out her page. But literally, you're putting nutrients directly onto any kind of injured area, and it's going to heal it so much faster. But she is so brilliant in her marketing, where she is like so quick to offer a 15% discount when you hop onto her newsletter. And that is the example of an opt-in or a digital kind of freebie that you can offer people to give them value in exchange for their information. Because really, at the end of the day, we don't own any of these social media platforms, and that's a huge problem. If any of these go down, like what we're seeing right now with potentially TikTok getting shut down, like if any of those go down and you lose your connection with your audience, you lose your connection with potential customers. So what you always want to be doing is getting people on your list, getting people on your list, and really honoring that and really stewarding that. And I'll be honest, like I have not been the best over the years of really stewarding that relationship with my audience because I didn't know me and I didn't know who I served and I didn't know the story that I was telling. And so we've talked a lot about that this week, like so much about that this week, because that truly is like when you have that down, everything else falls into place. And granted, it's allowed to change. Okay. A little Ross Geller can live in your head too and can tell you to pivot when you need to pivot. Um, but really knowing that on the off start, on the kickoff of your business is really important. Um, and so I didn't know what conversation I needed to be having with people. And now that I know myself a lot better and I know that I'm showing up authentically, like we talked about earlier with Jess, and I'm really showing up in my passion and what I know I can help other people achieve. Like now that I've unlocked this financial freedom in my life, I know I can help you do it too. And so I want to pass that forward. I've always been like that. I'm like, I've unlocked the composting code. Here's how to do it. I've unlocked the fund my farm dream code. Well, here's how you can do it too. And truly, it all starts. Here we go. You always bring it, fire. So it truly always starts for me with a freebie and testing that offer, testing to see if it's in alignment with you, and testing to see if it's in alignment with your audience. Is it attracting your ideal customer to your offer? Um, so if you have a physical product line like my friend Emily here, Tallow, a really quick win is offering an incentive like a 15% off coupon. Join my list. And then you have their information, right? So it's really valuable. Other ideas include PDFs, ebooks, recipes, checklists, worksheets, spreadsheets, templates, coloring pages, online courses, Lightroom presets, party invitations and decor, and more. Now, that list, like go through that list again. Okay, PDFs, ebooks, recipes, checklists, worksheets, spreadsheets, templates, coloring pages, online courses, Lightroom presets, party invitations, and decor. You've probably bought a digital product from either a creator that you know and love or online. Like we have an event coming up in our family, and I was looking at invitations. And this is something I looked into. I'm just not as like, I'm pretty quick with graphic design now, but I don't know that I have exactly what it takes to like really create invites and sell them passively. Anyway, if you go on Etsy and you type in like baby shower invite or something, or like 50th anniversary invite, you'll see a lot of different digital creations. That's an example of like art, a graphic artist putting their work into a digital offer and selling it online. And in fact, that's actually how I got started. So I made a freebie that I offered people, and then I turned it into an ebook. So this is kind of like my step two of the process. I realized I was helping people. It felt in alignment with me. I enjoyed the process, so I turned it into an ebook. I'm like, let's charge $10 for this. Let's see what happens. Put it on Etsy, started making sales passively like all the time. And that was like, whoa, so cool to me. I was like, whoa, I can make money while I'm sleeping, while I'm working. Like I made this thing once and I sell it over and over again. Like, whoa, that's so cool. Um, and so what was it? I remember at the beginning of last year, I actually hit the cap of what Etsy would allow without me changing my financial information. I don't know. I got this weird notification that was like, update your banking info, or we're putting your account on vacation mode. And before I could even like blink my eyes, they basically forced my account into vacation mode. I lost my connection with my customers and I wasn't able to resolve the issue. I still have not resolved this issue with Etsy. And honestly, I'm at a point where I'm like, you're not allowed to even have my name on your website anymore because, hey, it's a good life wants nothing to do with you. Um, they have been so unhelpful in resolving the issue even after I've reached out to customer service, and that's just another point of why it's so important to build that customer relationship with your customers directly so you have their information. Because when you go through a platform like Etsy, they keep all the customer data, and that's really frustrating as a marketer and a business owner, like, you need that connection with your customers. So 10 out of 10, don't recommend Etsy. I would definitely recommend actually, I have more updated recommendations that I'm working on right now. I'll tell you what I pivoted into, which was Shopify. It's a dollar to start your Shopify store, which is insane. And the first month that I had my digital product on there, so my freebie and my ebook, we cleared like $2,500 in sales, which was crazy to me at the time. I'm like, what? And that was literally just leveraging my social media and sending people to my website. And so, like, I was small following. I didn't even have 10,000 followers on Instagram at that point. So, like, if that kind of income is possible for me as somebody with a small following, simply because I know who I am, I know who I serve, and I know the transformation that I can offer them, and I make that really clear in my messaging over and over and over again, and I just choose to keep showing up, like, you could do that too. You could do that too. So hopefully you're feeling encouraged. Let's talk a little bit more about okay, so I guess the final step here for me is I developed that into a higher ticket item into my course. So that whole process, right? I'm validating my offer. Now, there's much faster ways to validate your offer. And if you don't know what that means, it basically means yes, this offer serves this population, they want it and they're willing to pay for it, and it helps them get where they want to go. So, validating your offer is a really important process of any kind of product creation, whether it's digital or physical. And that's why, with the physical product line that we developed, the Crazy Chicken Lady and Feathered Friends egg collecting aprons, I went through a whole process. I actually invested in myself thousands of dollars to take a course so that I could understand the methodology behind selling passively on Amazon. Amazon FBA was something my husband told me about years ago, and I was like, "Wow, that's a wacko. I don't know what that is." But, I was meeting friends who were literally, like, casual millionaires, and I was like, "Wait, what? You sell on Amazon? Like, what?" And I came to find out that Amazon is actually 50% family-owned businesses just like me, and I was like, "Hold up, like, this is not just some, like" sorry, this sounds terrible, but, like, some Chinese scheme, I know a lot of people are like, "Everything on Amazon's from China." And, like, it's not that's really not true. You might actually be supporting a small family like me when you buy on Amazon. So don't feel discouraged. And now Amazon's coming out with cool features like even getting that little shop sign on your shop that says, small business owned or something, which is something I need to look into after I cross off all the 1,000 things on my checklist. Um, but all that to say, like, I had to say I was willing to invest in myself so that I could uplevel my understanding of marketing, of business, of offer creation. And through that whole process, I mean, the whole process of going through the Rainmaker's journey, which is what I joined. There's a link in my highlights on Instagram. If you want more information on that, highly recommend that program if you're interested in passive income with physical products, because it gives you a very specific methodology of testing and knowing that your product is going to be profitable. And something I've wanted to do for a little while actually is like have a live stream and we can peek at other people's products through the software that I learned how to use through Rainmakers. It's so interesting. The software is called Helium 10, and you can literally use it to see what other people are making on Amazon. And as an entrepreneur, I thought it was so interesting to see what was possible. In fact, I'll just go ahead and pull it up right now. So you can go on Amazon.com. Somebody give me something we can spy on. What's a product? What's a homestead product? You guys, give me something. Give me something. Garden spade. Garden spade. Let's see what comes up for garden spade. Okay, so Helium 10 has this little tool. Sorry, YouTube, I don't have a way to share with you or Instagram for that matter. Um, so let's see what people on page one for garden spade are making. Now, the cool thing about Rainmakers is that they teach you how to get to page one, which is really ideal for your keyword, and that's really the key. Oh, excuse me, my extension is not working right now. Rude. Ugh, I was so excited to, like, show you guys some of the numbers. Alright, well, just an example, like, Okay. I gotta update some stuff on the back end. My bad, you guys. I got all excited. Well, listen, I started looking stuff up. Like, you know those super popular like egg collecting spirally things? Um, I remember looking those up and seeing that the people, I think they're called like Top Life, they're making $68,000 a month in total revenue. Okay, so that's not like profit. That's not like what they get to take home. $68,000 a month with one product. I was like, what? What is that? So I looked into like, would that product be profitable? And it turns out like the margins are not super great on that product, meaning that the cost of shipping it, first of all, like getting it from the manufacturer, shipping it to Amazon, and all of that stuff, it was not enough margin for it to be super profitable and worth it for me. So I was like, it's probably not a product that I will ever sell. But do I love that product? Yeah, I love the spiral egg things. I think they're super cool. And to see that one company was making $68,000 a month on it, I mean, part of I love faith, right? I love believing without seeing. I think that's amazing. I think it's a very needed quality. But sometimes, like we talked about earlier with Jess, like you need a little bit of a ladder of believability. That's like this new phrase that I hold on to. It's like, okay, yeah, I want to hit like $5 million in profitability one day. I want a $5 million exit. I want to sell a company for that much and be like, peace, I have $5 million, so that I can go fund farm dreams, so that I can go invest in other people, so that I can, go live the life that I know God is calling me to with this regenerative ranch and retreat center and like leading leaders really well. And that's the thing at the end of the day that I hope we can all agree on is like, it's not about the money. Money is just a tool. If anybody on here has like needs to overcome money mindset issues, that's something I would love to be able to help you guys with. I'm working on formulating that in some of my upcoming offers here, but money is just a tool. It is not something to be idolized or worshiped. And so I hope when you guys hear me talk about money here, it's not like me putting it on some pedestal of like, yeah, like let's get all this money because the money itself is so great. It's like, what is that money going to fund? Like I have this dream of building wells in Africa, honestly. Like that's something that I dreamed of in college. And now I'm like, there's so much value in building wells for farmers here in America. Will I be able to do that when I have the funds to do that? Yeah. Will I be able to launch the farm dream because I have the funds to do that? Yeah. So um, back to the ladder of believability, it's great to set these really lofty goals, but sometimes you just need to see like, what's the next step? And so being able to see that like 10K a month in my business was possible, I was like, oh, okay. um, very cool. Like, what else is possible? Seeing that other people could make 68, 102, like $250,000 a month was like, okay, like if it's possible for these regular average Joes, like I can figure it out too. And that's what really started the process for me of learning to create products and create them well. This is so good. I love listening to you and just talking about this morning and how she said her farm is doing better than her. Such a great mindset and reminder. Yeah. So something I want to be able to pass on to you guys too is like, how do you create an entity? Like, how do you create your business so that it's like easier to run? Because for a long time, I've ran my business as a sole proprietor, and it was very confusing for me when tax time rolled around because I was like, what, if I didn't save a receipt for something, if I didn't like itemize something, I didn't really know what was mine or what was my business's. And now it's so much clearer. And so Jess was joking. She's like, Roots and Refuge is its own entity. Like, I pay myself a regular person's salary, and everything else that we can funnel back into our business gets funneled back into the business. And that's just another kind of mindset to have when you're creating your business. It's like, how can you help the business grow and steward that well? It's just like a garden. It's just like a closed loop regenerative system. You get some out of it. It's more abundant than what was put in there if you steward it well with the right systems, knowing you, knowing your who, knowing your story, knowing who you serve and how you serve them. Okay. Like, I hope this is getting hammered home for you guys. This is really the core of it. When you know those things, and I'm going to have more resources for you guys really soon of how you can understand those things about yourself. But when you know those things, oh my gosh, I think daddy succeeded at getting baby down to bed. I was waiting for him to come in here and give me the thumbs up. God bless my little angel, poor thing. Dude, seriously, it feels like I have a double ear infection. I can't even imagine what it feels like for her. Anyway, what was I saying? Before the baby got to bed. Oh, it's just like a closed loop system, like a regenerative system. If your business is doing well, steward it well with the right mentality of knowing you, knowing your who, knowing the transformation that you can offer people. That really is at the core of any good business. At the core of any good business, it's about how are you helping people get from point A to point B? What solution do you have for people's problems? And so be solution focused, be problem and solution oriented. When you're out about in your day, like a challenge that I have for you is to go find solutions for everyday problems and just get those wheels turning. Like when you Thank you. Garlic and olive oil for ear infections. I don't actually think it's an ear infection. It's just that the glands are so swollen that it feels like it, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Um, another just like tip for you guys as you're going about your day and you're developing more of a business mindset or you're looking for offers is look for problems and solutions. So I had a huge problem not being able to compost. I found a solution. I started sharing it with other people in the form of a freebie, turn it into an ebook, turn it into a course, made sure that course was super value packed with things that serve my audience very specifically. Knowing my homeschool moms and knowing my homesteader moms, I was like, oh, excuse me, I've got to include specific things for you here. And who do you think shows up in my inbox every day? It's the homeschool moms who are like, I love that you made this resource because it gives me like an endless number of homeschool credits and homeschool ideas. And I'm like, mission accomplished. Like we did what we set out to do, which was to serve our homestead homeschool mamas. And that is the benefit of having social media and having that connection with your people. Hey, Natalie, this information is fabulous. Any suggestions on pursuing patents? I have several ideas and I can try to fashion prototypes, but really have no notion on the process. Any suggestions? Oh, hey, Kimberly. Um, I don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the patent process. A company that might have some information is Greenstock. I don't know if they share how they go about that. But that is a really good question and definitely something to consider is like, should I be patenting this? Um, I do know I'm actually a part of a course and community that talks a little bit about this. So um, yeah, but I don't know if they outline the process on what that looks like. That is something that's good, but I would also say don't let it hold you back. Like, what could you offer digitally until that product is developed? So it sounds like you have a physical product that needs to be developed. Um, I think one of the best things you can do is start working with a manufacturer, have them sign an NDA, like non-disclosure agreement, and a non-compete agreement that they can't, steal your idea or try to recreate your idea in any way at any point in time, and start developing that product. I wouldn't let the patent process hold you back because I think you also do have to submit for the patent process either a prototype or like an example of your design. And so I think you will actually have to have it made, if not at least drafted up. So don't let the patent process hold you back. Don't let like fear of somebody stealing your idea hold you back. My encouragement to you would be, okay, so that's a physical product, right? And we have this little ecosystem in my mind between physical products and digital products. So what digital product could you start to leverage? What knowledge can you package for people in a freebie ebook course format? That's like my favorite format. Freebie, make your freebie, develop it into an ebook, develop it into a course or like an extended ebook or something, and then use the proceeds or the profits from that and start to funnel the conversation with your manufacturer. A way, if you're looking to find a manufacturer, one way, I think, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Petra or Petra? Nope. Let's try petra.com. Petra.com is a way to, yeah, connect with, okay, your wholesale distributor for consumer electronic products. Is this it? There is a website, I feel like I'm getting the name wrong, for connecting with manufacturers. Personally, I ended up going with a company called Jing Sourcing. It was really important to me to source my products ethically, and I really liked the idea of working with an agent who A, spoke the language, B, could offer insight into the, what's it called, the warehouses where things are made and making sure that like people are treated well, that the working conditions are good, but also just having that liaison for communication, making it easier. Um, can you give more details on what issues you had with Etsy? Where would be the best places to start selling a digital product? Do you recommend any program to create digital content? Great question. Yeah, forget Etsy, don't go there, okay? So open up your own Shopify store, or now, better yet, you'll see a new link in bio over here on Instagram, and it's a Stan store. And dude, Stan store didn't exist when I was getting started, but Stan store is so legit. You can literally do everything through there. You can host your course. You can have affiliates. Like, it's so crazy. You can host your products on Stan store. So really, really cool resource, and it's literally $29 a month. You can get 14 days free. In fact, let me hop on there and add that link for you guys. Stan Store. So now when you visit my Stan Store, you can get 14 days free, and you can see if that works for you as having a nice link in bio. So those would be my recommendations. As far as any program for creating digital content, I got you. I got you covered. Make sure you're plugged into my list. The link is in my bio. It's also at the top of this chat on YouTube. Make sure you're plugged into my list. And I'm actually sending out a freebie probably in the next 24 hours, God willing, that I feel well enough to finish it up and my baby doesn't wake up. Um, but if not, I'm going to get it to you guys ASAP. And then I'll have even more resources for you to really help you through the whole process, because I have a very specific methodology that is very tried and true. If I had known this when I got started, it would have changed everything. And so, really, I'm just packaging that up for you guys and getting ready to offer that to you. So, I think my method's the best. And obviously, I want you in my world. There are, of course, other people out there. But I think what I have to give you guys is the best. So, sign in. I'm going to add this. If you guys want to create your own Stan store, it literally took me like 5 minutes to set it up. So crazy. So, my store, add product like this. I'm going to do it with you guys right now. It's just crazy. Stan affiliate link, refer a friend and get 20%. It's crazy. Build your Stan store. It takes just 5 minutes. Build your Stan store. Okay, there you go. So publish. There it is. It's on my Stan store now. So if you guys want to try Stan store, go to link in bio, scroll up to the top of this chat. And oh, I'm sorry, it's not in the top of this chat. Let me add it right here. Home, copy. Here you go. You can get connected with me through there now. You can get your bundle, your resource library, which is full of resources for homesteading, homeschooling, gardening, canning, and even home business ideas, as well as plans for greenhouses and like so much more. So 99% off until the 31st. Get it while you can. The link is in my Stan store. Link is in my Stan store. I wish I could put it here, but I don't think I can in live chat on Instagram. So yeah, my issues with Etsy is that just really poor customer support. There's not really anybody that you can talk to. There's not like a live chat or anything. Nobody really got back to me on email. When I did post my questions very easily, like there was not an adequate response nor an adequate response time. So, and they take 15%. Okay, don't even get me started on the whole 50% thing. Okay, so here's another benefit to having your own store on Shopify is that you can funnel traffic to your Shopify store and you get to keep all of the profits. All of the profits, all of the revenue is in your pocket minus that very minuscule transaction fee. And I'm still learning Stan Store, you guys, but I feel like they said that there's no transaction fee, so that's might be even another reason to go with Stan Store. But the other cool thing, so like let's talk about the physical product line that we have, which is the Crazy Chicken Lady and Feathered Friends. You can type in crazychickenlady.com and it will take you there. I have like a URL redirect just to make it easier for people. But so you can create your own store and then send that traffic through ShipStation, or connect that traffic, I should say. So they can place an order through your site and you can still have it shipped from Amazon, basically using Amazon's amazing warehouse facilities across the globe to get people your product. And you can avoid that 15% referral fee from Amazon. Because if you're getting traffic just from Amazon, Amazon's like, hey, we need our cut. Like, we're getting you the traffic. And that's a really cool thing. to be on the first page of your keyword on Amazon, which is great. Like we reached our number one keywords, which is fantastic. And that is a huge way we drive traffic. But our next step is leveraging Pinterest to get traffic to that listing, to our site, and potentially also to Amazon. Anyway, lots of things, as you can see, kind of happening in the background here, but it's all possible. Guys, I literally do this stuff during nap time and when my daughter goes to bed. And if I can hit like 10K months in my business, you guys can too. And it literally all starts with everything we've talked about this week so far. Who are you? Who do you serve? And I keep repeating this because I know new people are like coming in, but who are you? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? What transformation can you offer them? And what's the story that you tell that supports all of that? And if that feels confusing to you right now, I get it because I've been there. And so I'm creating a resource for you that is going to be available very soon that's going to help you basically bundle all of that up so you know exactly what kind of content to make, how you can speak to your ideal customer, help them overcome their pain points and reach their desires. That's really business 101. That's marketing 101. Like your marketing and your content and your product is like a little triangle like this. It's like you need to know your marketing so that you know the content, and the product needs to line up with all of that too, okay? So it's like this three-point thing. If you're missing any one of those, like we talked about with Jill yesterday, you can have great following numbers, but is that translating to income? Probably not. For most people, there are a lot of people with huge followings that are really not making that much money. And if I can make 10K months with less than 30,000 followers, less than even 15,000 followers at the time, it's possible. It's really possible. It's just you have to have a few key systems in place. Kimberly says, "Thank you. I appreciate this. You know me. I have lots of garden related ideas among my other projects. Super helpful. Very important to find ethical businesses to work with." Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'd just encourage you, start that digital product. So get on our list, and I'm going to send you guys your freebie of 25 ideas to help you get started with that freebie, and also a link to a template that you can use. So you don't have to like go searching for a template. You can just use one that I'm going to send you. Got a couple questions in here. Let's see. How do we test our digital products and get the word out that we have these products? My favorite way is social media, but there's actually lots of ways. So the free way is social media. I mean, it's your time, right? But it also builds that connection and makes you potentially the face of your brand, unless you're going to do like a ghost commerce thing, which is like you never show your face, you just make content. It's a very new, very different way of making content. Possible, lots of people making money doing that. Um, but testing your digital product for me looked like putting it up for sale, leveraging social media. One of my major social media outlets at the time was YouTube, and just telling people like, "Hey, I'm making a compost today. Join me. Get your free checklist right here." And getting that feedback from people of like, "Oh my gosh, this helped me so much. Thank you. Like this saved me time." You're usually when you're offering something, it's to compress people's time or their money, or to expedite their health or relationship goals. So save them time and money, or help them become happier, healthier, wealthier. And so, if you can compress somebody's time in gathering resources, and we're going to talk about this in the freebie. I have like a little hack for you guys that I put in the freebie. So definitely sign up to get that. Um, but yeah, there's some hacks of how you can kind of double dip. And even when you're making a free resource, you can actually make money through that free resource. So even though you're offering it for free, you can actually double dip when you include affiliate links. And I'll show you how to do that in the free product. Oh, what's up, Stacia? I didn't even see this was from you. Yeah, so I would say leverage digital media. I know you're on Facebook, so you could use Facebook. Pinterest is also huge. That's kind of like a less interactive thing, and it's more long term though. So you make it once and it's actually alive on Pinterest for like 2 to 3 months, whereas the lifespan of a social media post is like 2 or 3 hours at most. So yeah, lots of different platforms. It just is about finding what's right for you. Personally, I love TikTok. I really like TikTok. It's kind of the Wild West. You never know who's going to show up in there or what they might say. I love it for how quickly you can grow when you optimize your search engine optimization. So again, know your who, know you, what's the transformation you offer, and know the keywords associated with that offer. And we're going to be talking about this. And one of the things I have outlined for you guys coming up here soon is like knowing your keywords so that you can be saying those, the algorithm hears you and knows to funnel people in your direction. Because when you know that, the algorithm picks you up and you can grow really fast, especially on TikTok. So I really hope it doesn't get banned. I really hope it doesn't get banned. But we're just living through the roller coaster of the times that we live in. Next to that, I really love Instagram. It's very instantaneous and it's similar in the sense that if you know your keywords, it does help a lot. It does help you reach your people in the algorithm. But it is, I would say, a little bit behind TikTok in that it's still very focused on aesthetics. And I think it's catching up. Um, I do find it also really interesting that Facebook is like apparently the number one who owns Instagram is like the number one lobbyist against like getting TikTok banned. It's like, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is anyway. Just people trying to make their money. All right. So back to questions. Can you explain again how to get your product on the front page? Oof, girl, that is a whole process that is way outside of the scope of this live. But yeah, I wish I could explain it right now, but it's like a whole process. If you want more information on rainmakers, they actually have a really inexpensive challenge that kind of outlines the whole process. It gives you like a taste of what that whole process could look like. And I think if you just message me Rainmaker or comment Rainmaker, I think I also have a link in my highlights on Instagram that you can just click directly to go take the challenge. I would highly recommend it. It's so good because it also gets your mindset right. And that's another thing too, is when you're choosing to invest in yourself, it's about getting the tools, but it's also about developing your mindset. Like when you say to yourself, I'm worthy of investing, my dream is worthy of investing in, this is important. You're sending the signals to yourself as well as to creation, to God, to the universe. Like this is valuable. I'm valuable. My dream is valuable, and I'm willing to do something about it. I went 4 years really not investing a dime in myself or in my own education, and it wasn't until last year where I hired on help, um, and paid a pretty penny for it, that I was like, "Okay, I see the value in this." And that's what led to buying another course after another course after another course after another course, which were all marketed to me essentially through social media and paid advertising. So and somebody asked, like, "How could I test my digital product idea?" You can pay to run ads. It's not that expensive and it's not that hard. But I think that using social media is much easier and much better for many reasons, including having a connection with your audience, and it's free. How can you grow the audience on social media? So it really all gets back to that knowing you, knowing your who, knowing the transformation that you offer people, understanding the keywords that are relevant to what you offer and what you talk about, and really like picking that niche and owning it. Like, be the niche. You are the niche. Okay. You can be the niche. I am the niche right now for this particular little corner of the internet. I am the niche as far as passive income and homesteading. Like, my whole thing is make money on the homestead, for the homestead, from the homestead. It's a little redundant, but you know, and I'm just carving out my own little section of the internet. And when I know what I stand for and what I believe in, it's magnetic and people are attracted to that. And I've gotten more DMs in my inbox this week about this stuff than I ever have ever before. And so just, show up, know why you're there, know who you serve and how you serve them. And literally, when you know that, you can hang all of your content on that. And it's really hard to just explain like really quickly, and that's why I'm creating a resource that's really going to lay all of this out for you, with prompts that really you just have to fill in. And once you fill it in and start to test it and see if that resonates and is in alignment with you, the rest is history. Like, you can hang all of your content on just those 5 things, and it makes it so much easier. So, um, how can you grow your social media? It really gets down to who are you? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? Knowing the keywords that represent your offers and what you talk about, and using those keywords in your descriptions, in your titles, in what you say. So I should be saying like passive income, passive income, passive, passive income. I'm just kidding. But just like jam this live full of those keywords. I don't know if it actually works like that on lives, but you get the idea. Did I see another one come through? Hopefully that helps answer that question. I did the Rainmaker Challenge because of you and it ended up not moving forward with the product, but still found the mindset stuff so valuable. See, I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, if you end up deciding not to do the course, like, that's totally okay. but you invested what, like $27, a couple fancy coffees worth of money into yourself, and you're walking away with a much more leveled up mindset. And that's why I see that still as such a valuable resource. And so thank you for sharing your story so honestly. Like there's certainly no expectation here for anybody to take the course. I know it is a huge investment. Not everybody's ready for that. But I do still love the challenge because it will help you level up that mindset. So good for you. Proud of you. How do we figure out a good price point for our digital products? That is a great question. Um, and it really depends on what it is that you're selling. And so doing the target market research, like looking at what else is out there that's similar to your offer and seeing like what are other people paying for this? What are people willing to pay? But the other thing too is the messaging around your product is so important. Okay. How different, let's talk about this for a minute. How different is a Louis Vuitton bag from I don't know, like a less, I don't know, Marc Jacobs or something? Like the base cost for each of those bags, I saw this somewhere recently, is like 39 and like $79. Marc Jacobs sells his bags for what, like 200 or $300? Louis Vuitton, what is it, like $1,500? So the markup is much higher, but they have spent decades basically surrounding their brand in this luxurious messaging. Okay. Marc Jacobs is, I don't mean to like, this is not me trying to like poo poo on any brands or anything, but like their messaging is, like, still high level, right? They're still catering to a more high level consumer, but, it's not, I wouldn't say it's considered a luxury brand by any means, but when you look at the cost of their production, it's pretty similar. So, the same goes for us as creators, is like, "Okay, so people in my target market might be willing to pay this much. How can I add more value and communicate that value offer in terms of these are the benefits. These are the benefits. This is the transformation that you're going to receive because of this. Think even of like infomercials. We've all seen like crappy infomercials where it's like one product might be way less, but there's another product that's like way more. It might be a similar product, but if this infomercial rocks and is speaking to my pain points, I might be more inclined to buy that product. So I would also, um, encourage you to just consider what is the messaging around your product. How can you level that up and really communicate the value in terms of benefits? Okay, the one thing we don't want to do when we are communicating our offer is say, "This is what you're going to get inside." You want to communicate in terms of benefits and transformation. People do not buy, "This is what's inside." People buy what they're going to get, who they're going to become on the other side of that. So let me think of a concrete example. I feel like I need to come into these lives with concrete examples, and it's always so hard because I'm just trying to go off of your questions. But let me see here. What's a concrete example of benefits? Well, I'll just use myself, okay? So I used to be like, hey, this is exactly what's in module one of my course. And, some people are interested to know that. Oh, my lips are so chapped, excuse me. Made a couple sales, but when I decided to say these are the benefits that you're going to get from module one, you're going to know exactly how to steward an ecosystem so that you get more compost faster. That's what the benefit of knowing how to steward an ecosystem is in the case of composting for me. If you know how to steward the ecosystem, you're going to get compost faster. You're going to get better compost. Your worms are going to be happier. There's so many benefits, right? So it's like just that subtle shift of like, learn about, you'll know exactly the life cycle of worms, or know exactly, let me think of a better phrase. Discover the secrets of worms and how to steward their habitat so that you get compost fast. See the difference? There's a big difference. So, a long-winded question, I'm sorry, long-winded answer to your simple question, but it really gets down to communicating the value, making sure that it's value packed. How can you beat your competitors that are out there? And how can you surround your product with messaging that's enticing to your ideal customer? And that's where knowing their pain points and desire points is really important. You're so welcome. I hope that helps. Language is important. Yes, it is. Oh, man, you guys, it has been so good to be with you. I'm gonna have to call it for tonight because I did promise my husband I'd try to keep it short. I do miss him, and we're gonna try and have some just, hang out parent time. Nobody here is feeling that great, so we certainly appreciate your prayers, but I really hope that this live has been helpful to you. Remember, I have a new link in bio. You can get connected with me there. If you message me workshop or library, you can get your resource library, which is on sale until the 31st. And you can also get replay access sent directly to your email. So I hope to see you guys there. Really love having these chats with you. We've got 3 more nights of these. So if you want your freebie, make sure you're connected with me. Go to that link, join the list. I'm going to send out the freebie here real soon. And we'll get you guys started on this process of offer creations that you guys can be seeing passive income. I wish I had done this a little bit more, but I should have done this throughout the chat. But there's some of my passive income from today from digital products. Got that notification while I was rocking a sick baby to bed. And here's some more passive income in the form of digital products. So that's how much we've made all year since launching at the end of January. Sometimes we make 3 sales, sometimes we make 7 or 8. It really just depends. So much is possible for you guys. And I'm believing in your wildest dreams coming true. I cannot wait to hold your hand through your offer creation and content creation process. I've got all of the resources lined up for you guys. I'm really just putting the finishing touches on them. Join the list, get the freebie, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. And I hope to see you in the next 3 nights, okay? Join me so we can celebrate this workshop week together, get you guys equipped with resources, and help you see passive income so you can fund your farm dreams too, okay? Thank you. Supernatural healing. I love it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Instagram.